Welcome to my Draw My Life video. You guys constantly nagged me and requested this, so I'm gonna do it. I spent my precious time to write this, and I'm sorry if I get my timeline wrong because things are just kind of jumbled up. But yeah, there's my signature. Hugs and kisses for y'all. Extra kisses for the boys and the girls if y'all want some kisses. I'm not lesbian though. Let's get started anyway. So, there's my mama. You know, she had really thick eyebrows and dark lipstick in high school because she is a teen mother. She had me at the age of 18, so I'm not sure that's really teen. She practically had me at 17, but you know, she gave birth to me at 18. There's my papa, super skinny twig. He freaking lied to my mom that he was 18 as well, so she didn't find out that he was 18 till they got married. And there's my grandma, my dad's mom. She was also pregnant the same time my mom was pregnant. So that was super duper awkward for her. And yeah, it was just weird. I wouldn't want to be pregnant at the same time as my husband's mother. What the heck? But lucky for my mother, she gave birth to me 2 months before my grandma did. So therefore, I'm older than my auntie. And people are always shocked by that. And my auntie Bayang, we're actually really close, and she's like practically one of my best friends. And you know, it's just really awesome because our age is the same, and we just get along really well. And that's me. I had a lot of hair when I was born. I look like a boy. Draw my eyebrows. Yep. I don't really care. Don't judge. Don't hate that I look like a boy. All right. I was a hairy child. But anyway, I lived in Minnesota for almost my whole life, and I can't even draw the damn state. Like, what is that? I just pretend that's Minnesota, okay? Whatever. Just leave it. Okay, but I moved everywhere here and there, and I remember living in this apartment, and there was like cockroaches, and we moved, but obviously, and like, I moved to 12 schools in my whole entire life to this day, and finally, I'm almost done with school. I'm in my senior year, so thank goodness. But anyway, that's me, the little kindergarten version of me. I remember looking at my ginormous school with the giant stairs and the 2 big doors, and it was called Open School, and everyone around me was so tall and I was so short, but maybe because it was a K through 12 school, so they were like a high school there too, so that explains why. I don't really remember much from elementary except for a couple things, but yeah, I remember every morning my mom would get up and do my hair for me, and sometimes my dad would too, but mostly I remember my mom would do it, and she would do my hair to be so awesome. Like, I was always the coolest kid with the coolest hair, and like, I don't know, I remember she used to like zigzags in my hair so then it looked so awesome, and she did braids, and all my friends would be like, wow, your hair is so cool. I'm like, thanks, be jealous, yes. But yeah, anyway, I took a lot of pride in my hair. I still do today. I remember my teacher, Vicky. I don't remember what she looks like, but I know she had long brown hair, and she was also a teacher of my mother and my father because my parents also went to open school as well, and Vicky already knew me because my mom was pregnant at the time that she was going there. So yeah, Vicky was always nice to me. We called the teachers by their first name because it was open school. We're like friends with each other, you know? I think that was pretty clever. I don't really like calling teachers by their last name, but whatever. I remember one time I went to go get a drink of water, and water should not be black, so I changed it to blue. I remember I was getting a drink of water, and I was too short, and I couldn't reach the water fountain. And I was just sitting there, why? Why is my life so sad? Like, I was contemplating my life choices. And I was like, I hope I'm not short for the rest of my life. Just kidding. I didn't have one thought when I was in kindergarten. But anyway, there was these seniors, and they were ditching class, obviously. And they were just looking at me, struggling. And I've seen it a couple of times around school, but, you know, I never really said much. But then they were like, oh, you're so cute. And the girls were like, dude, I forgot their names, but she's like, dude, carry her, lift her up to get some water. And I was like, this is so awkward. Like, why? You don't have to lift me up. But he did anyway, and he lifted me up, and I finally got to drink that water, you know, freaking love water, you know. So, you know, I was in forever debt to them, his and his bandana and his crew. I think there was more people, but I don't remember. I remember there was a lot of girls and a couple of guys, and they were like those gangster thug people. And I remember after they gave me the drink of water, they just like carried me on their backs, and they're just like, you know, if anyone messes with you, you better tell us. So yeah. And then there was this big guy we were friends, and I totally forgot his name, but he was kind of chunky, and I was just friends with him, and I was talking to him, and everyone kept thinking I liked him, but I did not like him. I just talked to him, okay? Like, can a girl talk to a guy without liking him? Damn. All these girls are just trash talking. Those girls are like, come on, I'll make him your boyfriend. Just tell us you like him. I'm like, I do not like him. And they're like, you like him. And I was like, no, stop it. Like, stop. It's making me mad. So then, I want to go tell my senior friends, because they told me to tell if anyone picks on me. So I was like, you know what? I don't like him. They keep saying that I like him, which I do not like him. I'm just a friend, all right? And, you know, I don't know why I took it so seriously, because, yeah. And he was just like, I got you. And then I've never seen those girls ever again. Kind of worried, to be honest. But whatever. Flash forward. But anyway, now I am in 6th grade. I totally forgot a lot of my years before that, so all I remember is 6th grade. I was really awkward, thick eyebrows, all the cute boys didn't like me, they only saw me as a friend, super tomboy, and everyone was so much taller than me. I always wondered when I was going to grow, never did, but whatever. 6th grade was pretty bad for me, almost every year was bad for me, but anyway, now I'm in 7th grade, and there was this boy in my American history class, and his name was Lolu, and he played sports and everything, and he was just my dream guy. He sat across from me, and I was just like crazy for him. I was like, oh my gosh. So like, I always try to find a way to talk to him, and once I would try to take a picture of him, and he saw me, and it was just really freaky, and he was just like, oh, you're gross. And then I just got really insecure, and that's when I realized that, you know, boys aren't gonna like me, and I'm really ugly. That's when I realized I was really ugly, and that's when I became really insecure about my looks. So then I just realized that I can never get a guy like that. What was I thinking? Then I started becoming really insecure, and I just crossed about my whole entire life, and I was just like, you know what, I'm done with you, done with guys. I don't want to deal with anyone anymore. I was pain. So then I went to school, a different school. I transferred halfway out with 90% white folks, and it was pretty bad. But they were like really preppy and super rich and stuff, and I was middle to lower class, and they all wore Hollister and Abercrombie, and I never understood why they did that. And I always wanted to fit in, so my mommy even bought me Hollister just to wear it, just to fit in with them. And like, my mommy cared so much about me because of that, but I still didn't fit in, so whatever. Whatever. And I had this girl, her name was Anna, and she was really, really tall. She had helped me on the first day of school in gym class, and she had curly hair, and she always bought me food for lunch, and that's when I determined that we were best friends, because anyone buys me food, we're friends. So yeah, but anyway, for gym class on the first day of school, I was getting ready, and like, I realized we had to wear gym clothes, and I was like, what? Gym clothes? And we had to wear shorts, and I was like, oh my gosh, panicking, because I did not shave my legs that day. I was just really scared. I was like, oh my gosh, why am I wearing this? All teenage girls shave their legs. Why don't I shave my legs? I was like, oh my gosh, everyone's gonna see it. I'm like freaking out like crazy. I'm like, oh my gosh, hyperventilating, literally in a small little claustrophobic little room. And I was like, oh my gosh, my nose started bleeding randomly. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is even worse. My nose just started bleeding and gushing blood. And she was just like, are you okay? You're kind of in there for a while. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, don't worry. My nose is just gushing out blood. This is my first nosebleed ever. And she's like, well, I'm going to go to gym. You can just meet up with me there. Just take a left when you leave this room. And I was like, okay. And that's my first nosebleed ever. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, terrible. So I waited till everyone came back into class. And I skipped the whole gym hour and just sat in the bathroom stall. And then, yep, I went to my next class. And then, yep, I met this also other Asian guy who was really obsessed with me. He said he loved me. He was adopted. And I was like, don't say you love me. You don't even know me. But anyway, forget about him. Then I transferred again to another school, which was 91% white folks. It was pretty interesting because these guys were practically hillbillies, and they're more country and western type thing guys. And I just didn't get it. Like, they rode tractors, and they were like, I don't know, really into America. And I was like, that's cool. And most of them skateboarded and BMX, all that stuff, and I was like, it's so cool. Like, how you so cool? Like, seriously, teach me your ways. I wanted to be cool too, but whatever. I remember I was still super duper awkward and super duper short, and everyone was just looking at me because I was the only Asian girl, and everyone was just like, ah, you're so short, blah blah blah, and I just felt so like left out from everything, and I just didn't want to live anymore. So whatever, I just had emotional problems. And there's this guy named Josh. He was super duper punk rock type guy, and he was just super racist, saying like, I hate Asians, I wish all Asians would get hit by a car. And I was like, ouch, like, do you really hate us that much? Like, what did I ever do to you? Like, I never hurt you. Like, but whatever, I just felt really hurt about that, but I laughed at it because I didn't want to seem offended by it. I didn't want him to get mad at me. So yeah. And there's also this other guy named Brandon, super duper prep, but also really country, really macho, or at least he wanted people to think he was macho. And I was like, okay, whatever. But he was just really a big jerk to me, and I never understood why he was a jerk to me. Maybe because he was really insecure, but whatever. Either way, like, one time we left health class and he shoved me into the lockers, and I hit the lockers, and everyone just walked by like it was nothing, like they didn't even care, because Brandon was super duper popular and everyone wanted to be on his good side. And I remember I was just like so upset, and I was just like, why does my life suck? Like, seriously? And I was just going through a lot at the time, and I was just like, everyone hates me, blah blah blah. So yeah, and eventually I used my little mini laptop and I emailed my assistant principal saying like, Josh and Brandon are being jerks to me, and it really bothers me, you know, like, I don't know what to do. Can you help me? Think of something. And back then, bullying wasn't known as bullying. It was just known as picking on, blah, blah, blah. And bullying wasn't really, like, spoken out of. And, you know. But eventually, he called me down to his office. I thought I was in trouble because I totally forgot about the whole email thing. And he asked me, so, Isabel, what's wrong? And I was like, you know what? They're just being really mean to me. And I don't really like it. And I don't know what to do about it. And eventually, like, he asked me what they're doing to me. And I just, like, I don't remember, but I just started bawling into tears. I don't know why I was crying, but then when you realize when someone asks you if you're okay and you realize that you're not okay, and you start crying, I just started bawling my eyes out, and then he started to understand me, and he was really, like, sympathetic about it, and he gave me Kleenex because I was wiping my boogers all over my sweater, my Aeropostale sweater, and it was just a mess. Like, I didn't realize how much I was going through because until he asked me, I never opened up to anyone before in my life, so... And then later on, he suspended Josh and them for 3 days. And then Josh came back to school and apologized to me. And I was like, yeah, thank you. But Brendan never did. But I understand. He's trying to be macho. I totally understand that. Like, I don't really mind it. I wasn't expecting an apology. But anyway, I was going through an identity crisis. And I didn't know who I was. So I dyed my hair red just to be cool. And it wasn't really that awesome. It really just made me stick out more, and people just noticed me more, but that made people want to hate me more. And I always wondered, who am I? What do I want to do in this life? Like, I'm constantly confused with my life. And like, I remember every day after school, I would come into my room. That's my room, my table, and my mirror. I just lay on the ground in the middle of my room and just cry, because I was like, what's going on? Especially with like family problems too. So yeah. But then I moved to Illinois. And I remember my locker was right by this big old window, and there was these guys, and they were just there, and they were just laughing and picking on me, saying, hey, A-girl, hey, Sushi, what's up? And I was just so, like, annoyed. I was like, why are you saying these things to me? I never did anything to you. And that guy is a black guy, so I'm coloring him in. The last one right there, yep, I colored him. My camera died on me right there, so yeah. Anyway, I don't know what part this is. I'm just watching it. Oh, yeah, I thought that being a cheerleader would make me cool and make me fit in. But it really didn't. It just made me, you know, really upset at why I was being fake to myself. So I totally quit it. I didn't want to be in cheerleading anymore. And then there was also this guy, this really hot guy named Brogan. He was a skateboarder and all that stuff, you know. he was just, oh, who's messaging me? But anyway, I was just so in love with him, and like, and I was like, wow, he's so gorgeous. And we had computer class together, and I was sitting next to him, and I was trying talking to him. He was just like, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't care. He wants the D, I know it. But eventually I got his number, and I started texting him, and I text him like, hey, what's up? And he doesn't reply. I'm like, why don't you reply? And then I'm like, hey, Brogan. And that's our text. And then he's like, you're a stalker. And I was like, what? And then he was like, don't text me anymore. And then there comes the whole insecurity thing about middle school being flashed back into my face again, and just realizing that I'm not good enough for anyone, and I'm ugly, and I should never put my expectations so high because I'm so freaking fugly, and I'm never going to get anyone good looking, so I should just settle for myself and just do my own thing. So then I moved back to St. Paul after that, and actually I didn't move to St. Paul. It was actually Cottage Grove. Yeah, my memory kind of sucks. So, yeah, I was in 11th grade, and oh, I totally skipped St. Paul. Yeah, I did go to St. Paul after that. Oh, well. I'm not going to refilm this. I ain't got time for that. Besides, my 9th grade year sucked. But anyway, my 11th grade year, my junior year, I went to white school again. And there was Asian kids there, but I didn't feel cool enough. And for lunch, this is like the worst part of being a new girl. When you go to lunch, you don't know where to sit. Like, I couldn't even sit with the nerds and the geeks. Like, they weren't even accepting of me. And I just felt so out of the loop, and I was like, ugh, everyone knew each other, everyone grew up together, and I just felt so out of it, and I just didn't feel good enough. And there was an Asian table too, and I just didn't think that I would fit in with them, so I was like, you know what, I don't want to go bother them. Their table was full too, so I want to go sit in the lonely table super far out of the whole cafeteria. Sat there by myself. I didn't really care, and I just sat there, and that was officially called the loner table. And yep. So I sat there for a couple of days by myself and just listening to my music. Like, I'm totally fine with being totally alone. Like, I've been alone for so long in my life, so whatever. And I just sit there. And then all of a sudden, this random-ass looking girl comes around and says, hey, can I sit here? I'm like, psst, get out. This is my table. In my head. I said that in my head, okay? And then she's like, well, yeah, I like your backpack. And I was like, really? You like my backpack? Is that the only thing you could say? You're such an idiot. Really? So I was just like, whatever. Thanks. I like yours too. Her backpack was so freaking ugly. Just kidding. But this girl's name was Brianna. And we eventually sat there together every day. And she would always talk to me. And I was like, girl, I'm trying to eat. Stop talking. But yeah, we became pretty much best friends. And we realized we have a lot in common because she was a new girl too, because she was a freshman and I was a junior, and it's kind of sad to have a freshman friend as a junior, but gotta do whatever you want. And we both loved music. She was a singer. We were in choir together. I never noticed her for some weird reason. We had choir for like 3 days. I never noticed her, but I didn't really care. Whatever. She has a type of vibe on people. People don't really notice her. But anyway, we would always record covers and like write songs together, and it was just really awesome. Like, I don't know, I just felt like a really awesome bond with her. Like, I feel like she's a lifelong friend to me. Like, we're still like friends till today too. And she's the first friend I've been to her house. She has like the biggest house on the planet. Oh my gosh, I've never been to any of my friends' house before, so like it just looks so awesome. Like, she had this deck with the screen door and the garage door and front door, and like in the basement they were building another room, and I was just like, what? So crazy. And they had like $1 billion house, like freaking chairs. I'm like, wow, one of their sofas cost as much as my rent. But anyway, Bree and I, we just like, got along really well. Like, everything was just perfect. But then eventually I had to move, and I moved back to St. Paul, and it really sucked because we both wouldn't have to be friends ever again. Like, we were still friends, but like we wouldn't be together anymore. And we were gonna go to New York, and I'm in St. Paul. She's in Cottage Grove. We're still in the same state, but like we're far, far away from each other. Like, we never could see each other because we didn't got rides. And yeah, but still, we still webcam today, and we still like talk and text and call each other, and it's really awesome because she's like the only person that I can really connect with and really understand me. So yeah, And now I'm in ugly St. Paul. This is where all the real Asians are at. And I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but I say it's a neutral thing because either way, Asians are Asians. So yeah, eventually, oh my gosh, my whole timeline is way off. This was like freshman year. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, whatever. You guys know this from freshman year, okay? Flashback, okay? My aunt had this cool, we went to live with my grandma, and my aunt had this cool camera, and it was HD, it was a Canon. And I was like, oh my gosh, can I use it? I want to like record and stuff, you know? And I went to Asian Town, and there was a singing contest, and I was like, oh my gosh, I should totally sing for this. And I did. So I uploaded a video to YouTube, and it was me in my straight bangs, black hair, really nasty, and playing the guitar, and I look like a freaking tiny miniature person. And yeah, people started to encourage me, and they were like, you know what, you're really good, blah blah blah, keep it up. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Man, this is so unorganized. It is not my fault, you know? It's not my fault because I have such a bad memory and whatever. So whatever. And I started making videos on YouTube because I was like, you know, people like me, so might as well do it. And I started recording myself singing, blah, blah, blah. And that's when I realized I really love music. And then, yeah. So my aunt started doing photography and started taking pictures of me, and I wanted to be a model. So yeah, I realized that I'm actually kind of cute. And then, yep, I tried modeling, posted pictures on Facebook. Then guess who messaged me on Facebook? Guess, come on, you never guess it. It's Brogan. He was like, hey, you're so cute, like, why'd you transfer? And I was like, why are you talking to me? You called me a stalker. Like, I'm not interested anymore, you know? He was like, I never called you a stalker. What are you talking about? And I was like, you did call me a stalker. So don't be trying to deny it, because I see you. So yeah, I was really happy because I was like, you know what? Being cute and being successful is a really good thing, because success is the best revenge ever. So I started relying on succeeding and showing everyone that put me down that, you know what? I'm better than you, and you're going to regret letting me go. So yeah. Then I went to College Grove after that. I started making videos again, and I was just doing really weird stuff, and I'm just a total weirdo, and I just don't understand why people watch my videos, but, you know, people like it for some reason, and I have my second channel, blah, blah, blah. But then I'm still suffering through this identity crisis of what I want to do in my life. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like, do I want to go to college? I mean, why would I want to go to college? Like, when I hate school so much, why would I want to go to school just to go to school again? Or do I want to go follow my dreams and go to California? California is where it's at, man. Like, if I go there, all my friends are there, you know? Even though I've never been there, like, it's just so beautiful. Or do I want to drop out? Although it's not a choice for me anymore. It's not an option at all because I'm already a senior. But this was a long time ago when I was wondering what I wanted to do with my life. And everything just costs so much money, and I don't have money like that. So I was just really upset and torn apart my dreams. And I was just like, my life sucks. And I was just, you know, I just wish I could go to Cali. Cali is such a beautiful place. Like, there's a sun, and it's just so wonderful. Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. I've been spending all day on this stupid thing. My body is shaking. I'm so hungry. Should I just eat this sandwich that is sitting by my room, that's been sitting here for a whole night? I don't think I should. I'm just going to get more sick. What am I talking about? But anyway, now I'm really happy because I have 13,000 plus subscribers on my music channel. And I'm so thankful for all you guys. And I'm truly blessed. God has truly blessed me with all of you guys. And I know this video is really, really unorganized, but I know you guys love me enough to forgive me for that. I love my Isabees. I love my Isabellers. I love you guys so much. And thank you. Kisses for all you guys. All right. And I don't really know, but honestly, I probably would have ended my life a long time ago if it wasn't for you guys to show up and showed me that, I actually do have a purpose in this world, and people would actually learn to like me, and chasing success is just a dream. So thank you. Thank you for pushing me. Thank you for letting me do this. And I thank all the bullies out there. Thank you guys for making me into who I am today. Thank you. So don't forget to subscribe and all that jazz. And yeah. I really don't know what to say anymore. So bye, y'all. Have a great day. And I'm sorry, apologize again for being so unorganized. My stupid self, my memory sucks. So yeah. Bye, y'all.